Okay, we're continuing to move through the lines in y equals mx plus b lesson. Here, we want to be able to write the equation in slope-intercept form or in y equals mx plus b without being given a graph to look at, but by giving the information we need for the graph. So remember, in y equals mx plus b, really what we want to know is what is the slope, so what is m, and where does this line cross the y-axis, or what is the y-intercept, or what is b. So as long as we have those pieces of information, we can easily write the equation to the graph. So in this case, they tell us that we have slope, which happens to be m, and we have the y-intercept, which happens to be b. We have everything we need. So instead of writing y equals mx plus b, we're going to replace m and b. Y equals m, our slope is 1/5, which is a positive. So we'd be thinking, oh, this line goes up if we were to graph it. 1/5 x plus, oops, it's actually not going to be a plus. I was going to put plus b, but then I realized that it's a -5. So no problem. If that's a negative number, I'm going to switch that to a negative, -5. And super easy. That's my equation. If I'm given my information, that's it. That's all I need. But I do want to show you some of these other ones where you might feel like, well, wait, that's not what I'm used to. It's okay. If you're told your information, use what you've got. For instance, this problem here where they tell us that slope is 3 and y-intercept is 4. So notice though, we're so used to slope being a fraction where we have the vertical change over the horizontal change, or the y over the x stuff. And now they give us slope with a positive 3, just the number 3, no fraction. Everything else we've seen had fractions, so it's kind of weird. But again, slope is your m and y-intercept is your b. So you can have y equals 3x, and that's a positive 4, so plus 4. And there's actually nothing wrong with this equation, but you'll see in a little bit, if you have a whole number for slope, it's going to make it easier to graph it if you make this whole number look like a fraction. And remember, we can always do that without changing the value by putting it over 1. So we could think about slope here, instead of being 3, as 3 over 1. And now we have how many units we're supposed to go up or down and how many units we're supposed to go left or right. And so the only thing you have to change if you have a slope with a whole number value is just put a 1 under it. And then you have all the numbers you need to get from one point to another when you're graphing. So again, there's nothing wrong with writing the equation as a whole number, but know that if you have a whole number for slope, you can make that into a fraction by putting it over 1. And then it's going to make it a lot easier for you to graph using slope in fraction form. So while it looked different, there's just something extra that we have to think about, but it doesn't change the value for slope. Now this one here, it was interesting when I had class for this because a lot of students saw that this was a fraction and this was a whole number, and they made this the value for m, which is slope, and they made this the value for b, which is your y-intercept. So they actually switched them because in their minds, because this is a fraction, that meant it had to be slope. No, it is possible to have our line cross through a not whole number. So if we were to see the y axis and it crossed through like halfway between one point and another, that's okay. That's possible. And it's also possible, like we saw previously, to have a whole number for slope. That's okay. You just have to remember that when you're going to graph it, consider this a fraction by putting 1 under it. So you could say, oh, this is a negative slope, so I'm going to have to move downwards. And I'm going to have to move down 4 units, and I'm going to have to move across 1 unit. And that's all you have to consider. Again, it is strange to have a fraction that could actually be seen as a decimal to 3.5. That means we're going to cross through the y-axis. When we draw this line, it actually be downwards. So from left to right downwards, we're going to cross through the y-axis at negative 3.5. It's a decimal. Oops. It's kind of weird, but it's fine. It's fine. It really is. So for this equation, this is your m. Let me change the color. Let me change that so it's more official. Slope is m, y-intercept is b. So when we use y equals mx plus b, we replace the m and we replace the b. So y equals negative 4 over 1 x plus b, but now I have a negative 7 halves, so I'm going to do minus 7 halves. And you can change that 7 halves to 3.5 as well, if that's going to make it easier for graphing purposes and things like that, but it's not necessary if it's given to you in fraction form, and it's fine just the way it is. Also, you could just leave the negative 4 as just negative 4. You don't have to put it over 1. Just remember that when it comes to graphing, it's going to be easier if the slope is in fraction form. And that's it. That's how you write the equation when you're given your slope and your y-intercept in word form instead of seeing it in graph form. Okay.